Hey, thanks for checking out the video. If you all like it, please like and subscribe, and hope you all enjoy it. Have a great rest of the day.
Proper place, and everything will be dressed right dress. And the way a camp is organized is you have a camp street in the front where the battalion will be formed. First two lines are nothing but these private tents, and each one of these tents are 5 to 6 men. At the ends are the corporals and sergeants. So usually sergeants on one end, corporals on another. Then a line after that, there's a street in the middle, are all the captains. And then the street behind that are colonels, and they're usually in captains, will usually be in wall tents like this. Colonels, those are in the larger marquee-like tents, and that's where the colonels live. And then behind them is what we call the kitchen line. And then this is where all the kitchens will be lined up, all the firewood, all the cooking will be going on, and all the supply wagons will be lined up. So if anything had to come down the line, the colonels will tell the captains will tell the NCOs will go up and down the line to tell the privates. And each tent, it would be issued a bucket. The men would be issued their rations. It would be up to that tent to figure out how they cook it, because they'd be issued whatever it is in bulk. Flour, rice. If they do have any type of salt pork, salt beef, they would actually have to soak it for a day because it's so heavily salted you can't cook it. It actually has to leach the salt up before they could even try. And that's if they're in garrison. Now, if you're on the march, like here at Cowpens, it's whatever they could get off the land. With Marion's men, which is the unit we portrayed 2nd South Carolina, which was Marion's unit during the siege of Charleston and Savannah. But when he became a partisan leader, granted, they're living off of rice, but rice doesn't do anything for you. It fills your stomach, but you need protein. The men were living off of frogs' legs because that's all they could get. Snake, gator, fish. A lot of them had fishing kits, so if they had time to stop, they would try to catch as much fish as they could. It's whatever they could procure off the land. And when you're on the march, I mean, yeah, you could take from the farms, but it's a slippery slope. If you take too much from the farmers, you're going to change their opinion of you. And you don't. And even if they're loyalist farmers, if you take theirs, then that's going to piss them off even more, and they're going to tell all the loyalists, like, okay, they just went that way. Marion was a stippler on don't take from the population. Do the best you can to get what you can. But a lot of locals would provide corn, cattle.
I don't want to hit you.
And that's how they get their meat. They would bring it into the camp, they'd butcher it, and cook it on the spot. And then the men would, they would either cook it, and then of course put it in. They'll either smoke it or cook it or boil it or something. And then at that point they'll put it in their haversacks. It's good for a couple days. So life, basically, there it goes. One good button. Oh, now I've got to patch it. More realistic. Yeah, it happens a lot. And this is very realistic. The uniforms didn't last long.